Okay, this is my video on my Cooler Master 430. What I got is a Roswell Green Series A plus 600-watt power supply, which I turned onto the other side where the fan blows out on the bottom, and that left me room to run my cables on the back side of my 120 Cooler Master LED fan on the bottom, which the ones I ran on the bottom were the ones that I actually used. At the moment right now I am using pretty much both of the 4-pin cords that they apply, which come with I believe 3 of them on each cord. So just until I get my fan controller, which will then probably eliminate that to 1 cord. Then I got my SATA cables, of course, for the DVD burner and my hard drive, which is a 560, I believe I got, or 500. I got the Asus motherboard, the micro one. Didn't need nothing too big. Just needed a graphics card, which I got the GeForce 560 Ti, I believe. So that does wonders. It's awesome. I got my LEDs. As you see, I ran the first part of it is run through the back. Then as soon as I get to the top, I start running it to the back of the panel, of the computer panel, clear screen. And this, what it does is it brightens up the light more onto the case, where it shows it, just brighten up instead of having it actually light up the case. You want it to look like it lights up the case. You want that bright look to it. As for the fan wire, I ran actually underneath the micro motherboard, and it just tucked it in just a little bit. I mean, all you gotta do is just loosen up a couple the screws and just tuck it in there. Tuck it in there, all the way to the top. I mean, you can get it all the way up there, all the way to the back, and plug it in, as you can see. As for the USB cords that are on the top and the sound, I ran all that underneath the microboard. Just run it straight across, down, under, and where it needs to go. I mean, it's easy to hide. They're black. Case is black. I mean, you can't see it because beyond this point right about here, the glass is covered. There's no view of it as a head-on look. There's no view, so you can have everything just sit right here if you want it and be okay. But I took some regular wire covering and just put it over it, because it's got still got the color showing and stuff. But that's just me. I didn't like to see it. Kind of bugged me a little bit just looking at it. Now let me show you what I did with the back. Let's see if I can turn this. I'm dropping it. Okay. Now what I did was there's a little door opening right here on the bottom, and I ran my speaker, the front microphone and speaker plug-ins in the front, and then I got the wires that they did not use. I ran them through the back. I had put the ones that I did run, that I did use, through the back as well, and it was just really hard to close the back cover. I mean, there's pretty much not even a finger of space in here. So I mean, if they would have made just a finger space, it would have been perfect. But just ran it along, you know, tucked it underneath the bottom. I mean, you could run it all the way across and tuck it on the bottom on this side. But the thing about that is you gotta be really careful with the fan that you have in the front, which I did have a problem at one point because one of the wires did keep popping up and kept, you know, barely touching it so you can hear it. But what I did was with my fans, you know, I wired them to where the fans were going to be. So all these 4 pins, there we were running all of the top fans. So I got the top 2 up here, and then I got all the power right here where it's going to be at to help me minimize clutter. So everything's where it needs to be. So the top ones were the top ones, and I got the bottom ones, So I got the 120 in the front, the Roswell red LED one. I needed one that was like really bright for the front, just like the Cooler Master came with a blue one, but I wanted to change everything out red. So I changed that out to the Roswell one. It came out really good. It's really bright, and it just sticks out like bam. Then the 120 in the bottom on the other side, and then the 120 on the window is what I'm running, all on the bottom. And as you see, I just ran, you know, put some electrical tape right here on the bottom just to keep it in its place, so I didn't have to mess with it, you know, keep trying to stick it and hide it, you know, and I can keep it where it needs to be. Yeah, so I mean, it can be done. I mean, it doesn't look bad at all. I mean, you got all the wires tucked underneath here, underneath, you know, the 120 fan. I just tied them to keep them bundled together. You know, quick little tie. Then the back ones just ran through the bag, put it down. The only thing about it is when you close the case, you have to pretty much lean the front side. You have to lean it down flat, and then put the back door on. You know, a little bit of pressure. That way, it just, you know, holds the wires down. Thinking about doing some modding with this little lip. This little lip right here. This is what causes the little hard to close it. But as you can see, it's got the wire mesh on it, so I mean, it's not gonna ruin your wires in the back. So that is my video of my Cooler Master case and wire management. You know, it's all good. Thank you.